All right, go ahead.
Christen, this is what you came here for.
Absolutely, yeah. I think my number one goal when I was transferring was to get to a team that could make the NCAA tournament.
So how does it feel now that you got there? I mean, you knew it was going to happen, obviously.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, I'm ecstatic, especially getting to, kind of watch it with my teammates. It was great. They didn't get to play in the NCAA tournament last year. So this is something we've been working for since we met in June.
What do you think about the 7th seed? Being seeded number 7, is that kind of what you expected, or what?
Yeah, I mean, that seems about what everybody had us predicted to be. So can't complain.
You seen Minnesota at all this year?
I have not gotten to watch them. I know they got obviously they got a good team. They were in the Big Ten. They got some really good players.
What's your opinion about you guys, where you're playing, going in, like Coach said, you had a tough February. Did you feel like you kind of fought through that, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're trending upwards, that's for sure. I mean, our offense has gotten better. Our defense is still good. So we've lost to some really good teams, but we can't let that rob us of any confidence. We played in one of the toughest schedules in the country.
Christen, I mean, you played those tough games. When you see all those names start popping up on the 1 line, the 2 line, the 3 line, I mean, did it make you all realize even more what you did this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting to watch it, pretty much every team we lost to was in the tournament except a few, and a lot of them were 1 and 2 seeds. So it was a great season for us, getting a chance to play that schedule, and hopefully it'll prepare us for the tournament.
How important was that Michigan State game for you guys to really believe that you could, get to this point, to beat a team that good that early in the year?
Yeah, that game kind of really jump-started our season. It was the first time we really made some noise on a national level. I think they were like a top 5 or 6 team in the country at the time. Nobody really gave us a chance, but we pulled off a good win, and I think from there we just used it as confidence to show us that we can beat the top teams in the country.
Coach Mack changed the rotation a little bit toward the end, using Perry and King a little bit more. Just talk about sort of how you think that's impacted the team, how it's helped and so forth.
Yeah, they've been really good for us. Darius and BJ have been really good for us the past few games. BJ's rebounding has really helped us, and Darius just he can do things that other players just can't do. He's really good defensively and another playmaker, so they've both been really good for us.
Do you know Richard Pitino at all? Was your brother here when he was here?
I think he was, yeah, but I don't know Richard. I've met him maybe once.
Is that something the players talked about at all when that came up, that you're playing Minnesota, coached by Rick Pitino's son? Interesting storyline.
Nah, that's obviously the way people are going to want to try to make the storyline, but really this games is just going to be about the players that are in the game and the coaches of the respective teams getting their teams ready for the game. We're not going to worry about the storylines or anything like that.
Speaking of the players that are in the game, what's your impression so far? You'll learn more about Minnesota, but just what do you think about them? Their players, their talent, size, speed.
Yeah, I really don't know a lot about the makeup of their team. I know they got really good forward, Jordan Murphy, and their point guard is really good. So, you don't make it to the NCAA tournament by being mediocre. I mean, these are the best teams in the country. They were in a really tough league, so we'll have the appropriate respect for Minnesota.
Titans kind of had a hard time offensively, or did have in 5 or 6 games, and then the last game seemed to snap out of it. I mean, do you see him getting back to his old self? And
who was that?
Dwayne.
Oh yeah, Dwayne. He went through a stretch where it seemed like he wasn't playing as well offensively, but he still did so much for us defensively and rebounding the ball. But here lately, he's been making threes and being more aggressive. That's what we need from him. We need him to be aggressive and be a playmaker. So it was good to see him getting a good rhythm.
Christen, it's an earlier start time, about a little after 11 in the morning Central Time. So how will you help the guys get up? I mean, it's the tournament game. You'll be up, but is that a challenge at all, getting going that early in the morning?
No, not for the NCAA tournament. You know, the guys will be juiced up for that one. I mean, it's what we've been working for, and we've played, you know, a few games at noon, so you know, we kind of used to it. I guess, you know, in the middle of February, maybe a little bit harder to get up, but for the tournament, we should be fine.
Have you ever been to Iowa?
I have not been to Iowa. I actually typed it in on my phone to see where it was at.
Well, you can run for president, you know, they're all out there right now.
Really?
All the candidates are visiting Iowa right
I
now.
did not know that.
A lot of your teammates too, you know, this will be their first time in the NCAA tournament. What is that like that you're all kind of going through this experience together for the first time?
I mean, it's great. I mean, God's been so good to us, you know, to our team this year. You know, we've been blessed to not have, you know, a lot of significant injuries, and we played a great schedule, and we won 20 games. So this is something we worked for and we earned. But you know, my teammates, we're all excited. This was the goal we set out at the beginning of the year, and you know, it feels good to achieve it. But you know, we feel like we can make a lot of noise in this tournament. We're just gonna focus on Minnesota, take it one game at a time. But you know, as a group, we're ecstatic.
Is there someone that you're gonna reach out to, maybe who has played in an NCAA tournament before, or maybe you're gonna rely on the coaches who've been there before to kind of?
Yeah, I'll probably just lean on my coaches. I mean, there's Coach Mack and Coach Gadio. That's enough experience between those two. Can probably try to prepare me for any situation, but I can't think of any particular former player or anything.
Anything else? Thank you.